KON.
As we get ready for second half action, San Diego with a 35-19 lead back here in San Francisco in the broadcast booth. Ian Eagle along with Solomon Wilcots. The obvious question to me, are we talking about good offense or bad defense? Which way are you going on this one?
I think I'm going to side on the San Diego Chargers in the excellent offense, because if you get 5 touchdowns on 6 offensive possessions in the first half, it tells me you're doing some things right. When you can get 20 first down on 38 offensive plays, you are on fire. And I like the way that they're using LaDainian Tomlinson so far in this offense. They're getting him out of the backfield, allowing him to catch the ball on this little option shovel pass, and then Phillip Rivers gives the ball to LaDainian Tomlinson so they can power it in for another rushing touchdown, then up and over for the final touchdown of the half. LaDainian Tomlinson has been phenomenal, whether it's running the football or catching it coming out of the backfield.
Now the injury update, Shane Olivier, knee injury. We are being told that if necessary, he could play, but they are not going to force the issue on their starting right tackle. San Diego will kick it off to start play in this second half. Nate Kading for the Chargers. Maurice Hicks is the deep man for San Francisco. Huge offensive numbers for both teams in the first half of action as Kading leans into it. Hicks from 1 yard deep in the end zone. Hicks runs into his own man and brought down at the 20-yard line by Clinton Hart for San Diego. Total yards, Chargers 287 in the first half. San Francisco with 179. Rushing yards, that has not been the story so far, although Tomlinson, as we told you and you saw, 3 rushing touchdowns. San Francisco have gotten their damage done through the air, and Alex Smith 11 of 16, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. First and 10 from the 20. Smith faked the handoff and throws incomplete. Billy Bajma, second year out of Oklahoma State, unable to bring it in. NFL Today update. Let's go to New York. JB.
Ian and Solomon, things continue to go the Steelers' way on defense. Damon Hewer's pass bounced off the helmet of a Steelers player. Troy Polamalu with the second interception of the season. Grabbed by the hair by Larry Johnson and pulled down right there, holding onto it. That's what drew the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. But I guess we know that Polamalu doesn't have extensions. It didn't come out. Back to Ian and Solomon.
Yes, we can confirm that is real hair. Here's Smith throwing. Incomplete. Brian Gilmore, the intended target. Terrence Keel in coverage, the strong safety.
You know, last week, Larry Johnson was pulled down by the face mask by Antrell Roll. I guess he figured, hey, any way you can get him down on the ground. I think JB alluded to the fact that Troy Polamalu didn't have extensions. In that case, Polamalu probably wishes he had. He probably would have gotten in for a touchdown.
I got to tell you, though, Solomon, I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Got to tuck that hair and put it in a ponytail.
On a 3rd and 10. We'll go with a do-rag. That's me. On 3rd down, Smith is dumped. Alex Smith, a couple of pump fakes, and Sean Merriman able to break through. Sack number 5.5 for him.
Yeah, Merriman's going to come right here and off that right side of the defense, looking to get a sack in this ball game. And there you see him working against the left tackle, number 68, Adam Snyder. He's filling in for Jonas Jennings, but boy, Sean Merriman, he's a force to be reckoned with.
And keep in mind, that's a sack when they're in a dime package with 6 defensive backs. That's the kind of pressure they get. Eric Parker on the return. They'll have excellent field position right at midfield. And not the way you wanted to start out this second half if you're San Francisco. Early 3rd quarter.
noticed? Southwest Airlines now has more nonstop flights from coast to coast than ever before.
You are now free to move about the country.
You've waited, you've dreamed, and now it's finally back. Endless Shrimp at Red Lobster. The only time of year to enjoy all the irresistible shrimp you can eat. Don't miss Endless Shrimp right now, only at Red Lobster.
The Breakup is one of the best comedies in years.
Victory! Does it feel good to be a champion? Yeah.
It's laugh out loud funny.
Please don't touch my ruffles. Put that one back.
Vince Vaughn, Jennifer Aniston.
Who loves you, baby?
The Breakup. Also available on HD DVD.
The Duke rape case could turn on what she says on 60 Minutes.
Is that true?
No.
Plus, the 3 accused teammates tell their story for the first time tonight.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
San Francisco 49ers trailing 35-19. The San Diego offense has been superb. And their first possession now of this second half from the 49-yard line. Fake the toss. Moving pocket with Rivers. That complete to McCardell. Crisp. Philip Rivers knows exactly what he's doing.
It's a comeback route, well timed by Keenan McCardell. Coming back to the football, driving back, and an excellent throw by Rivers, who, remember, wasn't standing in the pocket, was on the move. Can't tell you how hard it is to throw that ball with velocity and accuracy while you're still on the move by the quarterback.
Rivers, very accurate today, 20 of 25, 250 yards. On the toss to Tomlinson. And cutting to the outside, veers out of bounds, chasing Sammy Davis. That's a 1-yard gain. Well, 2 young quarterbacks. Philip Rivers, his first year as a starter. Smith had a tough year as a rookie as a starter in the NFL. And the QB comparison today, Philip Rivers, excellent numbers.
Yeah, you get quarterback rating 90 or higher. I think you're doing a very good job. And you might say, yeah, Rivers' numbers better than Alex Smith. Well, Rivers doesn't have to play against that defense for the San Diego Chargers. Alex Smith does, and it's not as easy.
Michael Turner may get an opportunity here on a 2nd and 9. Nope. Rivers will throw. And it's Tomlinson breaking a tackle. So Tomlinson, who's set up on the outside, and they give him a chance to create after the catch. Beginning this Tuesday, log on to NFL.com and vote for the 2007 All-Star teams that will play in this year's Pro Bowl. It's in your hands, so vote on NFL.com. Now a 3rd and 1.
And now you're seeing the tackling becoming very sloppy, very poor for the 49ers on defense. They have to shore it up. They had that play stop. Just make the tackle.
Yeah, it was Shante Spencer who whiffed on that last play, pushing the pile. Rivers. He keeps it for a 1st down. Needed a yard, got a yard, and they'll move the chains. San Diego Chargers under Marty Schottenheimer. A win today, he will tie Dan Reeves 6th on the all-time list in regular season victories with 190. Last meeting was back in November of 2002. San Diego with a 20-17 victory. Drew Brees on that day, 336 yards passing. Pump fake and a throw to Tomlinson. Using his blockers and then breaking to the outside. LaDainian Tomlinson. Again, missed tackles. This time Tony Parrish had an opportunity to bring him down. It's 12 yards.
Yeah, even some of the blockers fell down. And November 17, 2002 was the last time these two teams met. T.O. was playing here at Monster Park. That's right, Terrell Owens making plays for the 49ers, but in the end, San Diego Chargers travel north to come up with a 3-point win against the Niners.
Steve Christie with a 40-yard field goal. That was the difference. A San Diego win in overtime.
Remember that guy?
I'm trying to kind of go through my mental laundry list. Yeah, I think I do remember him. Tomlinson off the pitch. And Tomlinson takes it to the perimeter. 4-yard gain. Mike Adams in on that stop.
And so far, the 49ers have only gotten one stop in 6 possessions for the San Diego Chargers. That stop resulted into a safety, poor decision made on the sack on Phillip Rivers. But right now in the 7th possession, it appears to be knocking on the door for yet another touchdown against Mike Nolan's defense.
And a 2nd and 6. Nolan. His dad, Dick Nolan, of course, the former head coach of the 49ers from 1968 to 1975. Shotgun. Here's Rivers stepping up and throwing. It's complete to Antonio Gates, but Derek Smith right there to greet him. 4-yard gain.
Boy, Derek Smith can deliver a lick. Watch the option pass. They jam him at the line, but see, Smith breaks on it and delivers a pop on Antonio Gates. Those catches over the middle are easy to make the reception, but very difficult to hold on to.
They signed Smith to a 3-year, $14 million deal, knowing how valuable he is to this defensive unit. In his 10th year in the NFL, Michael Turner is in. On a 3rd and 2, stopped initially, and San Francisco able to stop him with Manny Lawson. So Lawson, the number 22 pick, a high-energy rookie from North Carolina State, played defensive end in college, now lining up at that linebacker spot.
Played defensive end at North Carolina State with Phillip Rivers, the quarterback for the Chargers. They were teammates in college, and Lawson's one of those guys that does everything the coaches want. He's a tremendous worker, very athletic. He's one of the young guys that they can begin to build this defense around. But right now, they understand they're short on personnel on the defensive side. This offseason, they drafted on offense. They signed players like Antonio Bryant to come and put some weapons around Alex Smith. But on the defense, you can tell they're sorely lacking.
A 24-yard field goal for Nate Kading. And San Diego, another productive drive. Chargers add to their lead. We are in the 3rd quarter.
Let's say I retire at 64.
At 60.
58.
Let's say I leave my job in 5 years and start teaching.
We help the kids buy their first house.
Let's say healthcare costs double.
We hold off tapping into our 401k.
What would that look like?
Welcome to Envision with Wachovia Securities, a way of working with our financial advisors that starts with your life and plans your money around it. Are you with Wachovia?
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 41. Wachovia, knowing the score, made possible with Wachovia. And by the all-new 2007 Wrangler Unlimited, a new species from Jeep.
Back in the Bay Area, San Diego 38, San Francisco 19. Chargers came in averaging just under 351 yards of offense per game. They are at 332 right now with 9:09 to go in this third quarter. Nate Kading kicks it off. From the 1-yard line, Maurice Hicks. And Hicks looking for a lane. That hole closed up in a hurry. Kasim Osgood making the stop. The young man they call LT. I could call him TD today.
What you watching?
My refrigerator.
Fascinating.
I rigged up a security camera so my roommates can't swipe my Bud Light.
Beer cam. Now that's a brilliant use of technology.
All right, come and get it!
Picture phone in front of beer can.
Now that's a brilliant use of technology.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
No, pretzel, give me pretzel.
Want a bite of my breakfast? It's a croissant sandwich.
I don't like French things.
What about the bikini?
French kisses? What's French for creepy?
Wake up with a croissant sandwich from BK.
In the DVD event of the year,
They're coming.
a new species has taken over the food chain. Unrated, uncut, unleashed. Feast. The unrated DVD event of the year premieres Tuesday.
The world's first 4-door, 5-passenger Wrangler. Wrangler Unlimited. A new species from Jeep.
This season, NFL Network invites you to a new football tradition.
With a telecast you'd expect from NFL Network. Great matchups on the run to the playoffs. Only on NFL Network.
The Amazing Race teams face the greatest challenge of all. A driving test. In India. A new Amazing Race, CBS tonight after 60 Minutes.
A little chilly here in San Francisco today. Temperature probably right around 57. I'm speculating.
How about right around nippy?
Yeah, okay. We're fairly high up in this stadium as well. Frank Gore took a hard shot from Sean Merriman. Wow. And he lost his hat in the process.
You're talking about the explosive nature of Sean Merriman. It's revealed on this play. Watch him come down hard. Wow. Frank Gore never saw him coming. He is a phenomenal football player.
We asked him, teams are double teaming you. He said, hey, they can scheme around me, but we have so much talent. The other guys will make up for it. On the stop and go by Gore, Sean Merriman again involved in that stop for San Diego. That's a 3-yard gain for Gore. Time for another update. Heading back to New York. JB.
Ian and Solomon, Chad Pennington hooking up with his favorite receiver. Jets looking to move to 3-3. A wide open Lavernius Coles, 58 yards to pay dirt. Jets on top, 13-3. Hey, Merriman looked like Shannon Sharpe in the gym screaming at me yesterday, Ian and Solomon.
Hey, we saw the NFL today. I saw the shots of Shannon Sharpe. I don't even have to say anything. Those spoke for themselves.
Quite impressive.
Smith throwing and complete to Arnaz Battle. That's a first down for San Francisco. Just saw the Jets Miami highlights and the long touchdown to Coles. Certainly storyline there. Chad Pennington and Lavernius Coles getting that chemistry back that they had before the trade of Coles and the injury to Pennington. But what about the other side and Miami? This was a team that a lot of people thought could make some real noise in the AFC this year.
We thought Miami would be the team to really challenge the Patriots inside of the AFC East division. Right now, it appears as though the Jets are going to be that team to step up, if any, to try to compete with the Patriots.
On first down, Smith, pocket collapsed, and he throws to Battle. So a modest gain on first down because Smith had to retreat so deep. Lewis Castillo applying that pressure. That's a 4-yard gain.
This offense is trying to be productive today. You know, Norv Turner comes over from the Raiders. Look at what he's done as the offensive coordinator in his first year with these 4 teams. You see the improvement, by far doing his best work here in San Francisco, improving by at least 100 yards more per game is Norv Turner. I think he's calling an excellent game today considering what he's up against.
And off to Maurice Hicks. He's a shifty, different kind of back than Frank Gore. Marlon McCree making that stop. It's a 4-yard gain. And for Norv Turner, he has had young QBs to work with in his career as coordinator and as head coach. Success with Aikman, not so much with Heath Schuler. Farrat certainly made him a better QB, and Drew Brees learned a great deal under Norv Turner when Turner was the offensive coordinator in San Diego.
And now working with Alex Smith already, I think that you've seen what Alex Smith has been able to do. Improvement in every area of his play.
San Diego crowding the line. Here they come on a 3rd and 2. Smith throwing, incomplete. Looking for Antonio Bryant. The ball zigged and Bryant zagged. And it's 4th down.
Yeah, Bryant didn't cut the route off sharp enough to be able to come back because Alex Smith had to get rid of the ball. The pass rush was closing in on him. He expected Bryant to break off his route just beyond that 1st down mark.
Andy Lee, the punt. And it'll sail over the head of Eric Parker. Dies at the 1. Did San Francisco save it? B.J. Tucker coming down the field. And the officials will huddle up. It is a touchback.
Here's Tucker trying to keep the ball in the field of play. Appears as though he stepped on the white line.
The world's first 4-door, 5-passenger Wrangler. Wrangler Unlimited. A new species from Jeep.
Good news, no more hassles with Wi-Fi hotspots. We're upgrading to Verizon Wireless so you can work where you need to.
Bus in Boston?
Yes.
Car wash in Columbus?
Sure.
Mall in Memphis?
Yeah.
Rest stop in Raleigh?
Okay.
About a hot tub in Vegas, baby! Oh, yeah! Vegas, baby!
Well, can we?
Absolutely.
See you in Vegas.
Only one network gives you the broadband access card with America's most reliable wireless broadband network, Verizon Wireless. It's the network.
Vegas, baby!
When you play the game like Matt Hasselbeck, hunger hits hard. Real hard. For that kind of hard-hitting hunger, Matt's mom has new Campbell's Chunky Barbecue Burger Soup with big, beefy barbecue burgers to feed an NFL-sized hunger. Even when it hits really, really hard. Campbell's Chunky and new Chunky Healthy Request. Meals that fill you up right.
You're watching the NFL on CBS, home of Super Bowl 41. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by TD Ameritrade, the independent spirit, and by Dell, business solutions designed for one company in mind. Yours, Dell, purely you.
Back here in San Francisco, Chargers with a 38-19 lead on the 49ers. How about the job that Mike Nolan is doing in his 2nd year? Do you believe the plan is in place for this franchise to get on the right path?
I think they have laid a really good foundation, bringing in players. When you draft Alex Smith first overall, the draft last year, now bringing in the talent around him, they've laid a foundation, and now let's see if they've made a play here to be able to come up with a turnover.
Tomlinson fumbles it, but Marcus McNeil is there to recover, the big All-American left tackle out of Auburn. No turnover.
And here's Tomlinson getting the ball. Got to protect it in a situation like this. You can see he's hit right there by Sipawaga, number 90. That jars the ball loose. How about Marcus McNeil? The rookie left tackle, pick number 73, heads up play by the big guy coming up with that fumble recovery.
On a 2nd and 5 now for the Chargers. Rivers throws, drop. McCardell. It'll be 3rd down for San Diego. And coming up tonight, right here on CBS, a family's darkest secret brings them together on an all-new cold case. That's tonight at 9, 8 Central on CBS. 3rd and 5. .440 to play in the 3rd quarter. San Diego with a 38-19 advantage. Tomlinson in the backfield. Rivers to throw it. On a crossing route, Parker scooting ahead but short of a 1st down. Sammy Davis will be given credit for the stop, and San Diego will punt.
Oh, a rare occurrence for the Chargers in this ball game. But Sammy Davis making the tackle ensured that San Diego would be forced to punt on 4th down.
Mike Cyphers. And now his family knows that he made the trip here today. Had not been seen until this point in the 3rd quarter. Cyphers having a tremendous season, averaging just under 47 yards per kick. Brandon Williams. And Williams breaking a tackle. Williams getting a block and taking it to the outside. Brandon Williams with a flag thrown back at the 25-yard line. Clinton Hart making the tackle on special teams.
During the return of the kick, illegal block in the back. Receiving team number 98. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
Mike Nolan, all he can do is shake his head. San Francisco on offense when we come back.
With Dell, no middlemen means no runaround. So nothing slows my business down. I get just the technology I want from someone who's always there to answer for it. No excuses. And that's what I really needed. A partner who's as quick and responsive as the bikes we build.
Dell PowerEdge servers feature the reliability of dual-core Intel Xeon processors. It's your enterprise, so every Dell solution is purely you.
The experts told Wilbur and Orville that if man were meant to fly, he'd have been born with wings. Being independent sorts, they politely listened, then followed their own judgment. Independence isn't about going it alone, it's about making your own decisions. And that's what TD Ameritrade helps you do. With independent research, straightforward pricing, tools to help you analyze and plan. Independence is the spirit that drives America's most successful investors.
The owners are anxious to sell.
Baby, can we get a waterfall in the bedroom?
Anything for my babies.
What about the pool?
We can put a gazebo in the middle of it with dolphins. We'll take it.
The asking price is $5 million. Do you have financing in place?
Yes. Got a lot of financing in place. There they go.
Monopoly is back at McDonald's.
Oh.
You could win $50, $5,000, up to $5 million.
Where's Mama gonna stay?
The guest house is 100 yards away.
In the guest house.
Hey guys, did you hear the news? We moved to 8 p.m. on Mondays. What? Our show from now on, it's going to be Mondays 8 p.m. on CBS.
What show? What are you talking about?
We're characters on a TV show, How I Met Your Mother.
That's the name of a show?
No, I'm serious. Listen.
How I Met Your Mother, tomorrow at 8 p.m. on CBS.
I don't hear anything. Yeah, I don't either.
San Francisco came in having allowed the most points in the NFL this season, and nothing we have seen today has changed that. San Diego, 38 points. And they've got the lead on the Niners. 3:48 to play in the 3rd. Draw play. At Frank Gore. Like he was shot out of a cannon. Gore making it happen. Justin Smiley, the right guard, with a good block. Coming up tonight on 60 Minutes, the Duke rape case could turn on what you'll hear on 60 Minutes tonight from one of the dancers, and the 3 accused teammates tell their story for the first time. That'll be followed by new episodes of The Amazing Race, Cold Case, and Without a Trace tonight on CBS. Again, this season, America's most watched network. A 10-yard gain on 1st down for Gore. So a 1st and 10 for San Francisco. Smith to throw. Heavy pressure. Smith gets around it and throws it away. Sean Phillips again applying that heat with a penalty marker thrown back at the 17-yard line. The Chargers lose Steve Foley in the preseason, only to see Sean Phillips step in.
Holding, offense, number 77. 10-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
And that's Quaim Harris in his 4th year in the NFL, former first-round pick out of Stanford. And what did Mike Nolan tell us among the many things we discussed? He recognizes that when the team gets into trouble, it's reverting back to just being young, inexperienced, making the wrong decision on certain plays. And we've seen that on a couple of occasions here today. 1st and 20. Gore goes in motion. Smith steps and throws, and it is Gore working as a wideout and operating along the outside for a 10-yard pickup. Quentin Jammer. Have not called his name very often here today. Jammer now in his 5th year in the NFL from Texas.
Well, the secondary, I think, is one of the most improved areas on this defense for the San Diego Chargers. You know, they come into this game having played well on the back end, first in pass defense, and Wade Phillips has done a wonderful job. And I think the secondary, with the addition of Marlon McCree at the safety position, has allowed these corners and young defenders on the back end to improve.
Now a 2nd and 10 for San Francisco. Smith feeling pressure, throwing deep ball, incomplete. Antonio Bryant with Drayton Florence and Marlon McCree, who you just mentioned, back there defensively.
Well, I do believe Antonio Bryant had a step on Drayton Florence. You see him get through and just beyond Marlon McCree. Ball's underthrown. That allows Drayton Florence to come back and make a play on the ball.
You know, McCree talked to us at great length, Solomon, about watching tape together as a unit and how that's helped them in the secondary.
He said he learned it when he was playing with Mike Minter, the safety with the Carolina Panthers. He said, we have to study film together to ensure that we're seeing the same things and that we're playing in unison.
We'll talk more about that as we continue in this second half. 3rd and 10. Smith packs the ball and throws to Eric Johnson. And Johnson out across the 30-yard line, but well short of a first down. Drayton Florence helped make sure of it. And the Chargers hold San Francisco to punt.
Oh, they definitely make a play. And you know, right now, I think the secondary and this defense for the Chargers beginning to assert themselves. Don't want to give up any more points. They come into this game with a high standing and trying to maintain that dominance here in the second half.
Well, 3 possessions for the 49ers in this 3rd quarter and 3 punts. Andy Lee punting to Eric Parker. Parker brings it in cleanly at the 28. And down the middle as he crosses the 35, Michael Robinson the play. 9-yard return, 41-yard punt. Well, the Super Bowl, thinking back, Junior Seau and the Chargers meeting Jerry Rice and the Niners, Super Bowl 29. Niners got out to the early lead. Rice the 44-yard touchdown. Chargers made it 14-7, but then San Francisco wins in a blowout. And of course, the Super Bowl will be right here on CBS live from Miami come January. 1:25 to go in this 3rd quarter. Give is to Tomlinson. And LaDainian Tomlinson hit that first wave and give him a gain of about 2. Jeff Ulbrich able to get his helmet in there for San Francisco.
You know, you talked about Mike Nolan and his ability to put his stamp on this football team. I think they made the decision that they were going to get the offense going. Once you selected Alex Smith, you have to surround him with the weapons. You bring in an offense coordinator like Norv Turner, a backup quarterback like Trent Green. But now they know they have to focus on the defense and start to bring up their level of play.
Trent Dilfer has really provided the 49ers with some leadership, helping Alex Smith. As Derek Smith makes that stop And not only Alex Smith, Frank Gore telling us that Dilfer has really been helpful for him when he was going through his fumbling problems. And Mike Nolan telling us that they really wanted Dilfer last year.
Yeah.
They had this plan in mind.
I think that's the reason why you see the offense improving. Frank Gore has stepped up his play, Antonio Bryant, but Trent Dilfer, one of those unsung heroes in terms of what he's given to Alex Smith. Trent Dilfer is like one of those coaches still wearing pads because he can still transfer that information and tell the players, hey, we know what the coaches say in terms of how they draw it up. Now this is how you apply the information to be productive.
We have hit the end of the third quarter. Sean Merriman was pumped up before this one, and it has spilled over onto the field. San Diego in front, 38-19.
America's football hero.
You wait, sir. That's not true.
Versus LA's toughest DAs.
The games begin.
Sharp. New episode CBS Thursday after CSI. Jericho. CBS Wednesdays.
NFL Sunday Ticket brought to you by Bridgestone Tires. Passion for excellence.
I pledge.
I pledge. I pledge to help you find your perfect
Flat panel TV.
I pledge to watch football only on Saturday and Sunday.
I pledge to set up your HD right.
And Monday.
I pledge to show this off to my girlfriends.
And sometimes Thursday.
I pledge to beat anyone's price. I pledge to be the house where all the kids want to hang out.
For the ultimate viewing experience, I pledge to get you the best picture quality for your HD TV. Guaranteed. But we'll give you a $100 Best Buy gift card. That's HD done right at Best Buy.
Gerald, you're glad we got the Durango, right?
Of course.
And you liked all the money we saved when we bought it, right?
Got us a bigger boat.
Oh, and how about the Hemi engine and the DVD player and the hands-free cell?
Mm-hmm.
Then why won't you use the navigation system?
I'm not lost.
Dodge Durango.
This is starting to look familiar.
It's a lot of great stuff for a great price. Right now, well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 60 months on 2006 Dodge Durango. Hurry, offer ends soon.
NFL Network.
As we start play here in the fourth quarter, it's 38-19. Now that Niner is happy, but he hasn't taken any hits here today. 4 receiver set on a 3rd and 9. Rivers. Safety valve, Tomlinson. That's pretty safe. As Tomlinson is spilled out. Mark Roman with the hit, but a penalty marker back at the line of scrimmage.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 91. Took more than 2 steps and then hit the quarterback. This play, this penalty will be added to the end of the play, 15 yards, first down.
Anthony Adams is known for his relentless pursuit, but that time it cost him.
Yeah, you talk about reverting back to being young and not executing. Mike Nolan talked to us about this. Says, guys, can't commit penalties. 7 penalties on the day, saying you have to use your smarts. You give them an extra 15 yards. This offense for the Chargers is too good for you to give them anything. That play by Adams on the penalty, it goes a long way into giving the Chargers even greater domination in this game.
And they place the football now at the 32-yard line of San Francisco. Here's Rivers. Hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. So San Francisco has been able to get a little bit more penetration from their defensive lineman. That time, Paris Harrelson, the rookie.
Yeah, he's going to come right off the top here and coming from the blind side. Phillip Rivers never sees him coming. He beats Marcus Manil. Swat down the hands, is able to get the hit from the blind side. So they have some players here. Paris Harrelson, talk about Manny Lawson, Derek Smith, some guys that they can build around, but still struggling in the personnel department.
On a 2nd and 10. Rivers to throw. Steps and the short throw. Tomlinson, the juke move. And Ron Fields wrapping him up. A 6-yard gain. Well, Indianapolis 5-0. Jacksonville, you feel like they've closed the gap, but Indianapolis still seems to have their number when it counts. And the Tennessee Titans get into the win column with a victory over Washington earlier today, a game you saw here on CBS. Michael Turner in. Turner has not really been a factor here this afternoon. Rivers has cracked 300 yards on the day. Rivers in the pocket, throws, incomplete. Vincent Jackson.
Oh, Rivers knows that he can take some chances in this game. Because right now, I think the secondary defenders for the Chargers, watch number 25, Chad Williams. He never turns around. He may intercept this ball. If he just gets his head around, the ball actually hit him in the face mask because he never turns around to get his eyes on the football where he can make the interception.
So Nate Kading on for the field goal for San Diego. 44-yard attempt. Mike Cyphers to hold it. David Binn playing in his 196th career game. Snaps it. And the 44-yarder is good for Kading. San Diego adding to its lead. The Chargers in front, 41-19.
Nissan wanted to know, what would you change about your full-size truck?
More towing capacity.
Be able to put more weight on the trailer.
We couldn't change their trucks, so we introduced ours, the full-size V8 Nissan Titan, with the best towing capacity in its class. Get $2,750 Nissan cash back or 1% financing and tow up to 9,500 pounds.
It's like a dream. You couldn't do that in my truck.
Yeah, you can feel it.
Yeah, it's got plenty of power.
Way to go, Nissan.
Who's faster, Sprint Mobile Broadband or Singular's Edge? Sprint Mobile Broadband gives you the power to download 5 times faster than Singular's Edge. Work faster with Sprint Mobile Broadband. Get a free mobile broadband card. Visit sprint.com/mobile broadband.
Subway Daytime Drama presents Reggie Bush in The Rookie.
I'll never play. Sure you will, kiddo. Just gotta stay hungry.
But if I eat this, I won't be hungry anymore.
Eat the sandwich! Subway Restaurants. Tasty new premium steak sandwiches like the blackened Cajun steak, hot and fresh from the oven, and the new steak and cheese. Subway, eat steak!
It's hard for me to think of you married to somebody else.
5, 6, 7, 8.
No more alimony. No more alimony.
How's the sex?
There's no problem in that area.
See, Alan? It was you.
Wouldn't there be a couple strippers?
Charlie, I'm on it.
A new 2.5 Men tomorrow.
41-19. San Diego with a monster effort here today. Nate Kading kicks it off to Maurice Hicks. Hicks from the 3. And Hicks brought down at the 30-yard line. We'll step aside. More fourth quarter action coming up.
You're on a mission to get an amazing new TV this year, but you want to be absolutely sure you pick the right one. Circuit City makes it simple. That's because we've got thousands of online customer reviews that rate the hot new stuff. And right now, get no interest till 2008 on all TVs $299 and up. Plus, save up to $400 instantly on all TVs $499 and up. Only at Circuit City.
See, kids? Isn't this better than flying? Yeah. Look, Vagabond.
months.
Couldn't use your credit card miles, huh?
Yeah, they blacked us out.
You should switch to Capital One.
What smells like old cheese?
Oh, that's just Earl.
Oh, it's just Earl, honey.
Switch to Capital One's new no-hassle rewards. Now with no blackout dates, no earn caps, and no miles expiration.
This is our stop! You want to hit the ground rolling!
Okay!
Ooh. What's in your wallet?
Hey, Coach, you're a fan of the Coors Light Frost Brew Liner, right?
Darn right.
Wouldn't you say it locks in that frost brew taste?
I can say it with confidence.
Coach, would you say the Frost Brew Liner rocks?
I think that's probably as well as I can state it. I don't know.
Every Coors Light can is a specially designed liner to lock in that refreshing frost brewed taste.
Coach, I started lifting again. Can you tell?
I don't see any changes that would be visible, you know.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Fire Dog, now available at Circuit City. For all your home theater installations, PC services, and more, the experts at Fire Dog are ready to help. Fire Dog, call and we'll come running. And by Rocky Mountain Refreshing Coors Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL.
As we stepped away, Quentin Jammer was the injured Charger. He actually got hit by his own man, Carlos Polk. Jammer was able to stand up on his own and walk to the sideline. He's replaced by the rookie from Florida State, Antonio Cromartie. As San Francisco takes over on first down. Smith on a dump ball. Gore accelerating and forced out of bounds as Cromartie grabbed the jersey. Let's take a look at it on special teams.
Watch number 52, Carlos Polk. See him come, keeps his head up. He sees what he hits. He just happened to hit his own teammate, Quentin Jammer. I'm sure he's been apologetic. My bad. Doesn't make him feel any better.
No, or Quentin for that matter. Whether it was the other team or your own team, he still got hit hard on the right side of his body. 2nd and 6. Bajma, the motion man. Smith, draw play. Gore able to get through the hole, not quite first down yardage. Jacques Césaire in on that stop for San Diego. Time for an update. New York we go. JB.
Ian and Solomon trailing 20-3. The Dolphins finally score a touchdown on the evening here. Nice little fade pattern there by Chris Chambers from Joey Harrington, narrowing the gap 20-10. Jets trying for their first home win of the season. Back to Ian and Solomon.
Well, JB, 2 touchdowns today. Pennington to Lavernius Coles. Patriots continue to lead the AFC East at 4-1. Quentin Jammer returns for San Diego. On the reverse, Gilmore able to get rid of a tackler and takes it for the first down. A fumble recovered by Terrence Keel, and Keel still on his feet. Keel loses the football, and the play whistled dead as a penalty marker came down at the 41-yard line. Randall Godfrey eventually got the ball, but the play was over. So Gilmore did his job, got the first down, but coughs it up.
Right now, this is what Mike Nolan didn't want.
During the return of the fumble, unsportsmanlike conduct, San Diego, player came onto the field and made contact with one of the game officials. This 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the spot of the foul. First down.
So San Diego will get the ball on the fumble by Gilmore. A player from the sideline made his way onto the field and made contact with the official.
Yeah, Gilmore starts off with it, able to elude Merriman on the wide receiver reverse. Now watch the hit by Keels, who has the presence of mind to pick the ball up, recover the fumble. Now to the left of your screen, this is where the Chargers, they get overly exuberant, come out on the field before the play is dead, make contact with an official.
Solomon, he may have been down. Brian Gilmore may have been down. As we just took a look at that official, they're going to challenge this with 11:56 to play.
Our target is an ugly, smelly, dirty little scab of rock called Iwo Jima.
This is Japanese soil, sacred ground. They will not leave politely, gentlemen.
dogs of our fathers. Rated R starts Friday.
You've seen how they play.
You cross that white line, it's on.
Now see how they live.
It's all mine.
Run, William!
Visit attblueroom.com/sports for exclusive access into your favorite players' worlds.
It's happening. Monopoly at McDonald's. And you can go online at playatmcd.com for another chance at millions of prizes, including up to $25,000 in cash, so you could be next.
If you could build your own Nissan Altima, what would it have? We thought so. The Nissan Altima Special Edition Package. 14 popular options and a $199 per month lease at your Nissan dealer now. Nissan Altima. We built it just for you.
Tuesday.
Chick bite!
Don't miss a revealing new episode.
Wow, it's just like Chippendales without the bow ties or muscles.
NCIS CBS Tuesday. You've never seen the castaways compete like this, but their biggest foe could be the game.
Both tribes will vote somebody out.
New Survivor CBS Thursday.
Tony Corrente is reviewing the last play, what was ruled a Brian Gilmore fumble on a wide receiver run. Let's show you everything we got now. You make the call.
Yeah, let's see if the ball comes out. Yeah, I think that ball comes out before Gilmore's shoulders make contact with the ground.
The ruling on the field will stand.
Yep.
It is a fumble. The ball was coming out prior to the receiver hitting the ground. It will be San Diego's ball, first out.
So that's what Tony Corrente saw as well. A little bit of movement from the football lodged from his arm as he was hitting the ground, and the ruling will stand.
Yeah, let's watch it. He's upended by Terrence Kill. They're saying the ball came out before that left shoulder made contact with the ground. I tend to agree.
So San Francisco turns it over to San Diego, and the Chargers take over with a 1st and 10 at their own 44. And the play whistle dead as Tomlinson was going to get the call up the gut. Penalties today, 7 against San Francisco, 5 against San Diego.
Offense, the left guard. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Left guard is Chris Dielman, number 68, in his 4th year from Indiana. Actually played for Cam Cameron, the offensive coordinator, when Cameron was the head coach of the Hoosiers. A converted defensive tackle. And that is a legitimate question with this San Diego offense. I'll ask it to you in a moment, Solomon, after this 1st and 15. Give Tomlinson. And LaDainian Tomlinson carries with Nick Hardwick supplying a block. 7-yard gain. AFC North, Baltimore with a 4-2 record. Cincinnati is 3-2. If you have a quarterback and you have a left tackle that do not have a lot of game experience in the NFL, can you win consistently enough to be considered a Super Bowl contender?
See, I think the Chargers are proving that they can. They have an inexperienced quarterback in Phillip Rivers, Marcus McNeil, the left tackle, and he's a rookie. You see the run play by LaDainian Tomlinson, but, you know, they're defying the odds because both players are contributing. I think no coach wants to go in with an inexperienced quarterback and an inexperienced left tackle, two of the most important positions on the offensive side of the ball. Marty Schottenheimer and his coaching staff should be given a lot of credit for getting both players ready to play. Not only are they playing well, they're productive leaders on this football team. Phillip Rivers, I think he plays beyond his years. This is only his 5th career start, but seemingly is much more experienced.
Oh yeah, they're not carrying Phillip Rivers right now on the San Diego Chargers. He is certainly carrying his own weight as he works out of the shotgun and throws for a 1st down. Antonio Gates. So in a game that had a lot of offensive fireworks in the 1st quarter, then into the 2nd quarter, the pace slowed down in this second half. Third quarter, San Francisco unable to duplicate their offensive success that we saw in the first half, and San Diego no reason to after building the big lead.
And I think the San Francisco 49ers is dealing with what Marty Schottenheimer was dealing with when he first joined the team. They had to improve the talent on the ball club, and so you really do have to be patient with Mike Nolan in this group. The vice player of personnel, Scott McCloughan, and his staff, they're doing a good job of adding talent to this football team.
Tomlinson slips a tackler, and now Tomlinson is able to add to his stats a bit as Jeff Ulbrich missed on that first attempt, 9-yard gain. For those of you expecting to see 60 minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS. It is the San Francisco 49ers and the San Diego Chargers, Ian Eagle and Solomon Wilcots. 60 minutes will be seen in its entirety immediately following this game, except on the West Coast. 64 rushing yards now for Tomlinson. He also has 7 catches for 64 yards and the 3 touchdowns on the ground. First man through, Neal. And San Francisco was ready for it. Ron Fields making that stop. Very close to a first down. They needed about 1.5 yards, and they're going to be a couple inches shy, at least from this look.
Yeah, so much talk has gone towards LaDainian Tomlinson and Michael Turner making up that tandem in the backfield. But don't forget about Lorenzo Neal. I believe the best blocking fullback in the National Football League. He's almost like having another offensive lineman, but yet he can carry the ball a little bit.
For 9 straight years, he has blocked for a 1,000-yard rusher, and Rivers carries it himself. They're going to have to peel off this pile.
First down.
First glance, it looked like he had the first down, and he does. Coming up for the San Diego Chargers next, they are at Kansas City. Marty Schottenheimer returning to the city that he called home for so long, and then home for St. Louis, home for Cleveland. Tough games on the road at Cincinnati, at Denver, and hosting Oakland to wrap up the month of November.
And the only loss this football team has sustained on the road at Baltimore. Hostile crowd, very good defense. Some of the same things he's got to face in Kansas City.
Tomlinson, nothing there. No gain on the play. Melvin Oliver, the rookie out of LSU, making the stop for San Francisco. And we talked to Tomlinson about the hopes and the goals of this football team. He said, why not us? Look around the AFC. Why not us?
You know, and they're talking Super Bowl. In most teams, when you're breaking in a new quarterback, you don't talk Super Bowl, but they go back to last year and even a couple of years ago when Ben Roethlisberger first stepped in with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they've seen what Pittsburgh's been able to accomplish with a very young quarterback. They believe they have the same things: dominating running game, a dominant defense, and then a quarterback who can make plays. I got to believe that Rivers is doing more with this football team.
Has been adjusted. 25 seconds is correct.
Rivers is doing more with this football team. As you said before, they're not carrying him. He's carrying his own weight.
Second down now for San Diego after no gain from LaDainian Tomlinson. Bryant Young, the last remaining link to the San Francisco Super Bowl teams. He won a title as a rookie back in 1994. Play action. Rivers steps, fires, knocked away. Sammy Davis matching up with Malcolm Floyd. You know, we talked about the basketball connection. Floyd played in the USBL. The story of Antonio Gates has been told over and over again, taking Kent State to the Elite Eight in 2002. And Vincent Jackson, a former basketball player at Northern Colorado. Remember, Marty Schottenheimer, Kansas City, prize pupil, Tony Gonzalez.
Tony Gonzalez played nearby in college at Cal Berkeley, played basketball there. So he knows the athleticism that you need at those skilled positions. That ball that time underthrown a little bit by Phillip Rivers, allowing Sammy Davis to recover and make a play.
On a 3rd and 10, play clock hit 0. They give Rivers the play, though, as McCardell sheds a tackler and accelerates for the first down. They had McCardell down, short of first down yardage, could not tackle him, and that is a recurring theme here.
Keep an eye on Keenan McCardell. Sits down in between the defenders. Now watch, 1, 2 missed tackles on the play. It's the yards after the catch that does the most damage. But McCardell is one of those veteran wide receivers. He's not going to go down easy, able to move the sticks and pick up a first down.
That is now 400 total yards for San Diego. 319 for Phillip Rivers. So in a week where Rivers had his best game as a pro against Pittsburgh, it looks like he is topping it here today. Different circumstances, yes. A 23-13 win over the Steelers on Sunday night, a big stage. And Rivers was able to handle that pressure and flourish.
And even with the lead, you know, they're still throwing the ball. We saw him take a shot down the field to Malcolm Floyd. So they're not going to nurse this lead. When you talk about the fact that Phillip Rivers has attempted 37 pass plays, well, they really are relying on him to make plays to win games.
Tomlinson is now on the sideline, replaced by Michael Cherney. Now Tomlinson out along the sideline as a receiver. They have been flexing him out quite a bit here this afternoon. Time for another NFL Today update. JB in New York.
Ian and Solomon, Ronnie Brown with his first 100-yard plus rushing game since October 30th of last season. That 1-yard touchdown run there has narrowed the gaps with the Jets, that is 20-17, that late in the fourth. Back to Ian and Solomon.
I tell you, JB, you can change the players, you can change the names on the back of the jerseys, but when the Jets and the Dolphins meet, there's always that very close feeling. Fourth quarter, a play here, a play there is going to determine the outcome. Shotgun, Rivers, and a flag down. 5:06 left.
Timeout, San Francisco. This is their first.
So a timeout taken. San Diego, almost time to celebrate.
Hey, over here. Why don't you switch to our network? We're just like them.
Are you reliable?
Excellent question.
How about for email or downloading music?
Why not?
Only one wireless network is America's most reliable for calls, downloads, and emails.
That is a problem, and we are working on it.
Verizon Wireless. It's the network.
The Nextel Cup Series Championship is on, and we're right in the thick of it. To celebrate, Goodwrench is presenting everyone a great deal, whether you drive a race car or not. All you need to do is check out Goodwrench.com to find our valuable championship service offer. Then visit any one of your local participating GM dealers. GM Goodwrench. It's like your own personal pit crew.
Cool place.
Thanks. How about a Bud Light?
Yeah, great.
Get on it.
That's not what you think it is.
Oh? Then what is it?
Oh! Did somebody open a Bud Light? Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Here, have mine. Oh. Bud Light?
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Verizon Wireless and by Dr. Pepper. With 23 flavors in every Dr. Pepper, there's more to it.
San Diego Chargers on the verge of improving to 4-1 on the season. They lead at 41-19, 5:08 to play in this fourth quarter. After the timeout, Chargers facing a 3rd and 9. Shotgun. Jackson, the motion man, stepping up, and Rivers throwing out over the middle. Parker, first down for the Chargers. Eric Parker, nice adjustment on the football, able to haul it in.
Well, the Chargers are not playing conservative on offense, still on the attack, throwing the ball. Parker's wide open over the middle of the field. Rivers moves well enough in the pocket, see him avoiding the pass rush, still able to get this ball into the hands of Eric Parker. Boy, are they proud of the way these receivers have matured under their wide receiver coach, James Lofton.
Not a bad teacher to have on your side. The Hall of Fame, 1st and goal for San Diego. And off, Tomlinson. It's a 4-touchdown day for LT. LaDainian Tomlinson.
Now watch this play. They fake the reverse to Malcolm Floyd coming around, but see how they hand it coming downhill. And you can see Michael Adams, number 20. He was like, I didn't know Tomlinson had the ball. They were all playing the reverse and forgot about LaDainian Tomlinson.
A new personal record for Tomlinson, the first time in his career he has had 4 rushing touchdowns in one game. He had 5 times in his career 3 rushing touchdowns in a day. And he has topped that here in San Francisco. Extra point is good for Kading, and it's a 48-19 lead. Scoring summary. This is where I have to work. Antonio Gates, a 57-yard touchdown reception. 7-0. But San Francisco comes back. Smith to Gilmore, 7-7. Tomlinson, a 5-yard touchdown run, 14-7 first quarter. Then they add to the lead, 21-10 after a field goal from San Francisco. Touchdown to Vincent Jackson. Tomlinson, his 2nd touchdown of the day. Moran Norris, 2-yard touchdown reception, 28-17. Ronald Fields, the safety, 28-19. Tomlinson going up in the air for a 35-19 lead at the half. And in the second half, Nate Kading, a couple of field goals. Tomlinson in for the score. 4th touchdown of the afternoon.
Yeah, it's been a big day for this offense. And look at Phillip Rivers. Does he have the energy of a young kid? I mean, he said he plays with a lot of emotion and passion. You can tell he enjoys playing the game. And how could you not when you're playing with guys like LaDainian Tomlinson and Antonio Gates and Lorenzo Neal?
You and I had a chance to sit down with Phillip Rivers yesterday. First time that we've been in that setting with him. As Maurice Hicks with a spin move, staying on his feet out across the 30-yard line. And there is an undeniable charm that he brings to this football team. And as a backup, you do have to kind of sit back and allow others to take on the leadership, and that's what Drew Brees did. Brees was very well liked by this team.
Yeah.
But Phillip Rivers was smart enough and had the foresight to develop relationships. And when the time came, it was not a difficult transition for them to see Rivers in that role, in that light.
Yeah, early on when he wasn't playing, he took the time to formulate relationships with many of the guys in that locker room. So when it came time to lead, they were willing to follow.
Smith is sacked. Sean Phillips, you want it from the left side, you want it from the right side. It doesn't matter. Merriman, Phillips, what a 1-2 punch.
They have the bookends. He's coming from there, and there's Merriman. I think Phillips actually beats Merriman to the quarterback. And you see Merriman dropping off, but watch Phillips. He's the guy that gets to Alex Smith to come away with the sack. Moran Norris, the fullback, cannot keep Phillips from getting the sack.
And a strike for Phillips to boot. By the way, on Tomlinson, his 4 touchdowns. He just tied Chuck Muncie for a team record. And Clarence Williams, set back in 1981 and 1979, respectively, 4 touchdowns in a day. Flag is thrown as Delaney Walker, the rookie from Central Missouri, makes the catch.
There's going to be a holding call.
Holding, offense, number 77, 10-yard penalty, repeat, 2nd down.
So Walker's first NFL reception is nullified as Quaim Harris is called on the penalty.
Quaim Harris is struggling, but boy, Sean Merriman was the guy who forced Alex Smith out of the pocket. I think other guys are making plays in this defense because Merriman, he's just a force They can't keep him out of the backfield, but he doesn't give up his rush lane. He understands how to collapse the pocket, flush the quarterback, and allow someone else to get the sack.
8 penalties costing the Niners 111 yards. Now a 2nd and 25. Alex Smith on the day, 16 of 25, 166 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Smith throws a BB to Bryant. And Antonio Bryant getting back that yardage that they lost on the penalty. Took a shot from Clinton Hart. Coming up for the 49ers, they have the bye week and then at Chicago. Home for Minnesota, at Detroit, a home date with Seattle, and then on the road at St. Louis. Alternating between road and home games following the bye.
And the way the Bears are playing, you're going to need 2 weeks to prepare for.
No doubt. Chicago, certainly the cream of the crop right now in the NFL, the way they've improved offensively. Smith, another strong throw, and this will be good for a first down. Arnaz battle with Clinton Hart again, making the stick. 15-yard pass play.
Now you see Alex Smith throwing the ball. You might say, well, it's the 4th quarter, it's garbage time. But this is what he looked like at the beginning of the game when he started the game 3 for 3 and was on fire, leading his team down the field on the very first possession. So this is what you're going to get from Alex Smith. He's going to continue to play well in this Norv Turner-led offense. They just have to get some other parts. I think, you know, they're very young also and definitely have to get better on the defensive side.
On first down, Smith throwing again. High throw, Eric Johnson able to bring it in. Vernon Davis still out with a broken fibula, so Johnson seeing more time at that tight end spot, a 4-yard gain. 2-minute warning.
The 23 flavors in every Dr. Pepper add up to so much taste. 23 is always on the tip of your tongue.
And so, at the end of the 23rd quarter, it's all tied up, 23-23.
X is the square root of Y. True or false? Karen.
23?
Dr. Pepper. With 23 flavors and one mind-blowing taste, there's more to it.
Yeah.
No.
Oh. I see. Yeah, right.
Well, she wants a KFC famous bowl. You know, layers of her favorites. Mashed potatoes, corn, chicken, gravy, and cheese, all in a bowl.
Try new KFC Famous Bowls, freshly prepared with our home-style mashed potatoes, layered with sweet corn, all-white meat, crispy chicken, and topped with our signature gravy and 3-cheese blend. Dig into great layers of flavor with KFC Famous Bowls.
We had the local rental car game locked up until they moved in. In-car navigation systems, we got an in-hand navigation system called a map. No, you can't pick up a car here and drive out of state. You planning a bank heist? Airline miles, hotel points? No, we've got bucks. Who do you think we are, Hertz?
Hertz is in the neighborhood with hundreds of locations, competitive rates. We'll come and get you too. It's your trip. Rent wisely.
IBM presents a special look at the NFL. Off to their best start in 20 years, the Chicago Bears are the first 5-0 team to lead the league in both scoring offense and scoring defense since 1964.
Winds have been recorded at 172 miles per hour.
Mark my words, we're here to get you out. Who's at greatest risk?
They can all be saved.
Tonight on 60 Minutes, the Duke rape case could turn on what you'll hear on 60 Minutes tonight from one of the dancers, and the 3 accused teammates tell their story for the first time. Followed by new episodes of The Amazing Race Cold Case and Without a Trace. That's tonight on CBS, America's most watched network. 2nd and 6. Frank Gore breaks a tackle and sticks the helmet down, darts forward for a first down. Antonio Cromartie with the tackle. NFL Today update. JB, a busy man back in New York.
All right, Miami kicker Orlando Mare with the 51-yard field goal attempt to tie it up against the Jets, and it is short and to the right, so the Jets hold on to win it 20-17, improve their mark to 3-3. Back to Ian and Solomon.
All right, JB, thanks very much. Eric Mangini, and we'll throw another name out there.
False start, offense, number 77. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
The offensive coordinator for the Jets, Brian Schottenheimer, son of Marty Schottenheimer. We talked to Marty about Brian and how the Jets are faring this season, and he told us, quite frankly, it's tougher to watch those games than it is to watch my own games, and anyone that has kids will tell you the same thing.
And he also talked about how working with a guy like Eric Mangini's much like Marty was when he was a first-time head coach. Said, hey, Brian's putting in some long hours, man. They're working really hard with the Jets.
1st and 15 after the penalty. Set it up for Maurice Hicks, and exploding after the catch as he is in a collision out across the 35-yard line. Final minute 13 and counting left in this fourth quarter. It's a first down for San Francisco.
You know, Maurice Hicks is one of those talented players on offense, along with Michael Robinson, Frank Gore, coming out of that backfield. You could see some of the young talent on this offense around Alex Smith.
Smith sacked. And this time, Marlon McCree on a safety blitz. 4th sack of the day for the San Diego defense. And McCree told us that he had 6 interceptions on a 6-10 team, and nobody heard about it. But last year he had 3 interceptions for a team that went to the NFC Championship, the Carolina Panthers, and he was able to line up 14 visits as a free agent.
Now, he understands the importance of winning. And what did Marty Schottenheimer tell us about Marlon McCree? He said he's as smart as any players I've ever coached. He said, you know, it pretty much his last day as a player will be his first day as an assistant coach in this league. Compared him to a guy like Deron Cherry, who he coached with the Kansas City Chiefs. To be mentioned on that level, I think that's a tremendous credit to Marlon McCree.
Final 49 seconds. San Francisco is out of timeouts. On 2nd and long, Smith throwing, knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Derek Robinson, backup defensive end, getting a piece of it in his 2nd year from Iowa.
And more on Marlon McCree. We talked earlier about some of the young draft choices in that San Diego Chargers secondary, guys like Quentin Jammer and Drayton Florence, Terrence Keel. When Marty was talking about McCree, he says, you know, he's helped us get better because he's taken all that potential that we had back there and he's taught them how to be pros, taught them how to be professional athletes in the National Football League.
On a 3rd and 16. Under a minute left. Smith, play fake, sets up, throws long, and it's incomplete. Antonio Bryant with 2 defensive backs blanketing the former Cowboy and former Brown.
You can see the Chargers understanding it's time for Alex Smith to want to go up top. I think they sense the understanding that at this point in the game, they want to try to get a cheap one, want to try to go up top and get 6 points. And so the secondary is well aware of being in an excellent position to defend the pass.
49ers have allowed the most points in the NFL this season. San Diego lighting them up today for 48 points at 422 yards of offense. Here's Smith. Fake the handoff. And Smith is sacked again. Luis Castillo had an interception earlier today, and now a sack for the 2nd-year Northwestern star with that high motor. And another one in the long list of talented draft picks that they have been able to add to this defense.
And it takes time to do that. You know, it's Phillip Rivers sit over there and talk to LaDainian Tomlinson. I think they're going to bring on Charlie Whitehurst to take a couple of snaps. The young quarterback, he gets a chance to play in a National Football League game.
Rookie out of Clemson. Assume that San Diego will just take a knee here for the final 31 seconds. Charlie Whitehurst, his dad, of course, David, played quarterback in the NFL. And that'll do it. The San Diego Chargers light up the scoreboard and post a 48-19 victory in San Francisco. Coming up tonight on CBS, 60 Minutes, followed by brand new episodes of The Amazing Race, Cold Case, and Without a Trace. So for Solomon Wilcots, this is Ian Eagle saying so long from the Bay Area. San Diego wins with ease. Thanks so much for joining us. You've been watching the NFL on CBS, home of Super Bowl 41.
And everywhere I go, there's always something to remind me of another place and time.
And now, here's the Geico Play of the Day. In Dallas's 34-6 victory over Houston, Terrell Owens had 5 catches for 45 yards and 3 touchdowns, including this 21-yarder from Drew Bledsoe in the third quarter. It was Owens' 25th career game with multiple touchdown catches, tying him for 4th most in NFL history.